the pineal area. It's also the area where your senses are located or based. And finally, the very top of the head or skull area is the crown, and that's violet. Now be very careful about the differentiation between violet and purple. People get them mixed up all the time. And so in the back of the Healer's Handbook, I have a color chart, and I purposely put violet and purple next to each other so you can see the difference. In a lot of foreign countries, in Europe in particular, they use violet and purple interchangeably because they don't have words for purple. They just call it violet. And so we have to differentiate, call it blue violet or red violet. And that's how they know the difference. Violet has more of a reddish pink to it. Purple has more of a deeper blue to it. So there's a difference. Okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually together spin our chakra system in this tube form, in this cylindrical form, so that you feel a difference of the energies based on what you have been doing. And then you can see for yourself how the energy is. It doesn't matter if you're seated, standing, laying down, doesn't matter. Remember, hyperspace, there's no direction. It's just energy. So try not to put a human perspective that I need to be straight like a cylinder. It doesn't matter. It could be hanging upside down or whatever you like. But and then after we do that, we'll go through the meanings of the colors of your chakra system and why shading is so important. So are we ready to just quickly do a chakra spin, my version of it, which is your feet flat on the floor, hands at your side or on your lap. Quickly balance your T-bar so the energy is distributed evenly, or if you can't see your T-bar, use the royal blue circle with a dot in the middle at your pineal gland. And then, from the bottom of your feet to the top of your thighs, you will be spinning in brown in and around the body, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So choose right now which direction you feel is appropriate for you. Whichever direction you choose, that's the one you stay with all of the way. So you're spinning right now in brown, bottom of feet to top of thighs, in and around the body. Feel the brown. It's grounding and balancing for you. Now, from the top of your thighs to the pubic bone, you're spinning in and around the body in pale red, same direction as the brown. In and around the body now in pale red, top of thighs to pubic bone. That's your root chakra. From the pubic bone to the navel, you're spinning now in pale orange. In and around the body, same direction. From the navel to the sternum, you're going to spin in pale yellow, in and around the body, same direction. That's your solar plexus. From the sternum to the collarbone, you'll be spinning in medium green, in and around the body, same direction. Now from the collarbone to the tip of the nose, you spin in ice blue, in and around the body, same direction. Use a good ice blue in this area. from the tip of the nose to the top of the forehead is royal blue, in and around the body, same direction. And finally, the very top of the skull, the top of the head area, is violet, in and around the body, same direction. So now you're spinning from the brown up to the violet, from bottom of your feet to top of your head, in and around the body, all in the same direction. And when you've accomplished that, you can just become aware of the room. How did that feel compared to what you do usually? Any difference that you noticed? It keeps your energy intact. Nothing can get in or out. And the energy that's already in you is amplified within the cylinder. So it keeps you strong. Yeah, but then what's the other? Then you have empty spots. This keeps you contained, completely colored in, so to speak. Your chakra system is what really buttons your soul personality into your body. It's what keeps you intact. And what Alzheimer's disease is all about is that you're unbuttoned from the top down, so that you lose this, whereas the rest stays intact. People can live for years with Alzheimer's and they're just shells walking around. That's the unnatural way of dying. The real or proper way of unbuttoning from the body is bottom up. This should be the last thing to go. But in society, and because of the way things have become, that's what Alzheimer's is all about. And if you know a patient or person with Alzheimer's, and you now know where the colors are and how to use them, and you help them put those colors back, they can possibly regain use of their mentality. Also, it's very important to remember to keep the same direction all the way up, whatever you chose in the morning, because there are some modalities out there, at least one in particular that I learned about, that's teaching people to reverse the spins. One way clockwise, the other way counterclockwise, all the way up reverse. That's very dangerous. And logically, if you think about it, if you have a wet cloth and you start going like this to the cloth, what happens to the water in there? It's wrung out. So if you do that with your energy system, you're wringing out your energy. You're depleting yourself. Never do that. Always keep same direction all the way, and always bottom up, never top down. What would happen if you spin top down? You're actually turning yourself off. It's unscrewing you instead of putting the light bulb back in, so to speak. So always bottom up, always in the morning. The only time I ever recommend ever going top down is if you've experienced an event that was so traumatic that you would have to be sedated for hours. In that case, instead of taking medication, then I can understand spinning top down to turn yourself off. But hopefully, none of you will ever have that need. I also recommend that you do this in the morning before you get out of bed, because it energizes you and recalibrates your energy system for the rest of the day. If you do it at night, it's going to charge you up and you're going to have difficulty sleeping. So the only time I would recommend doing it in the evening or night is if you know you're going to be up all night or you have some place to go for several hours and you need to be re-energized, then you can do it again maybe in the late afternoon to energize yourself. But other than that, don't. You'll have a hard time sleeping. Now, we're going to talk about the actual meanings of the colors, because that's part of language of hyperspace. That's one of the triad parts, is the color. Now, we always start with a